So I'm excited to welcome the program author and self-defense survival expert, Master Pete Canavan. Pete, thanks for calling. How are you?
Oh, hey, Neil, thanks. Thanks for having me. How you doing on this fine day?
I'm doing fantastic. We're winding down in those holiday season, and it's a definite time. And I guess what I would ask is specifically enough how important it is to have certain self-defense.
It's imperative that everybody learn something, because one of the things I like to tell people is, the misnomer is that, you've got to, study for years and years in order to be proficient at defending yourself. And that's just simply not true. It all starts with being aware, and what I like to say, be armed with awareness. And that means simply have a heightened, sense of awareness about the people, the places, and the objects around you, so that if something were to occur, you are not taken by surprise. And a lot of times, simply by being more aware, you can avoid situations in the first place. There's a lot of violence in the world today between terrorism and active shooters and different threats to our personal safety that require some sort of education that, the average person, most of them don't have the time, they don't have the money to spend in a traditional martial arts school. But yet the need to learn to defend ourselves has never been greater.
It's taken me a long time to get back in shape, and I'm ready. And something like this is a great activity also, Master Pete, for working out too, right, to stay in shape by taking martial arts classes.
They are excellent for your mental health as well as your physical health, because, everybody's very stressed out today. And, we all have the pressures of life that, descend upon us, whether it's from our family or our kids or our spouse or our jobs. And one of the things that is, I think, probably kept me on sort of an even keel over the last couple of decades is the fact that I've had an outlet. And a lot of people today, they don't make the time to have something that they can, sort of focus on and spend some time at and allow themselves to sort of forget about everything else for a while and get some stress relief. And it's very important. And people not being able to handle the pressures of life, those things can bottle up inside. And when they do, we know that that's a problem, because depending on the person, some people can handle that, but other people, they get to a certain point and then they explode. And if they have a personality type that, has them act out against other people in a way that is not good, in some sort of violent way, that's a problem. And so I think it's important that people realize, training in some sort of self-defense, whether it's a class or you take a seminar or, you start the process by, looking at something like a step-by-step guide or manual like the self-defense survival guide that I created. It's something that really shows you how you can mentally prepare.
Exactly.
Because a lot of schools don't talk about the mental side of it. I could show you, all the coolest moves in the world, but if you can't bring yourself to use them when the time is right there in front of you, what good is it?
So that mental aspect. So what makes your book different than other people's books?
I address in great detail something that I call the warrior mindset. And that is being able to show somebody how to get into the mental state of never giving up, being able to go over, under, through, and around any obstacle that is in front of them. And that applies not just in a self-defense situation, but that also applies to life in general. Because we all know how obstacles get put in our way as we try to achieve our goals in life. And so the warrior mindset basically teaches people how to get the mental tenacity to push through when the going gets tough.
And so if you have a mindset that if some attacker comes after you or your boss treats you like garbage or certain things and you have any fear, you're not going to perform at your very best. And when you walk down the street confident and look like, hey, I don't want to be messed with, regardless if you're a woman or a man, I don't think people are going to mess with you. Am I right?
No, because people who are, aggressors they're looking for an easy victim. They're looking for someone who's not going to give them a hard time. And if you look like somebody who is not someone that they probably start to mess with because of the way that you're carrying yourself and because of the level of confidence and the way that you are, they're going to pass you over for an easier target. And so simply having that mindset and the confidence of knowing that you know how to do something and how to take care of yourself, if push came to shove, And again, it doesn't mean you have to be a master of martial arts. It doesn't mean you have to be somebody who's studied self-defense for a decade. You can just go out and learn a few things, learn how to do them well, and tell yourself from a mental aspect that no matter what, if this happens, I will do this. In fact, I even tell people don't even use the word if, as you just did. When this happens, I will do that.
See, that's more powerful for sure, Master Pete. Where can we purchase your book?
Definitely more powerful.
And where can we purchase your book and learn more about you? Where can we go?